But what he needs right now is just some room to grow. We're just going to have to stand back and give it to him.
I hope you're right. Because I already love him so much.
So do I.
Is something wrong with Mommy? What? You have to tell me what it is. Is she sick? No. She's not physically ill. I mean, she's not in the hospital. Then what is it? Come on, Kendall, tell me. Okay. Erica and Dimitri have been having some problems. Mommy said they moved out of Wildwind. She moved out of Wildwind. They've been fighting a lot. They always fight. These aren't lovers' spats. These are real fights. And one night she got so angry that she what? Never mind. You're not old enough to know. I was old enough to cross the country on a bus by myself. True. You said I might not see Mommy for a long time. Why? Trust me. You really don't want to know. Yes, I do. Well, I can't think of any other way to tell you this, so I'm just going to tell you straight out. Our mom may be going to prison. Why? Because one night, during a really bad fight, she took a letter opener and she stabbed Dimitri. Is he all right? He almost died. I know it's hard to accept. I can barely believe it myself.
Bianca, because how could I? Where would I start? What would I tell her? I'm sorry, sweetheart, but your mommy had to stab Dimitri because suddenly she was losing her mind. I don't think so.
Eric, it won't be long before this trial is on the front page of every newspaper, every magazine. On every talk show, on every call-in radio show. There's no way that Bianca's not going to find out about this.
Jack, I honestly never thought of that. The only comforting thought I've had at all recently is that I am so glad that Bianca is thousands of miles away from this mess. I mean, for the first time in my life, I was glad that Travis had custody of Bianca.
Look, I don't think this is something that Travis should handle.
No, she shouldn't hear this from anyone but me, but... Oh, I wish I knew what I could say to her.
You'll find the words. You love Bianca, and you'll find a way to gently make her understand. She'll be as brave as she has to understand because she loves you. Just please tell me that you'll call her tomorrow morning.
How can I make her understand? Understand that her mother suddenly stabbed her husband because she hallucinated to a place thousands and thousands of miles away from here. To a time when she was suddenly 14. And that Dimitri wasn't Dimitri. But the man I saw was the man who raped me when I was 14. And that in that moment, everything was as it was before. And he was going to do it again. I make her understand. I can barely understand it myself.
You'll find a way. You'll make her understand it. Let me tell you something. If you had been talking to the jury right now, I guarantee you that jury would have understood. They would have understood that
And I would have believed you.
Mommy's scared Dimitri. Why? How long are they going to keep her locked up? It's not that bad. Yet. They're having the trial now. But you said she stabbed him. She's not contesting that. She will go to prison. I guess so. I'll lose my mommy. Hey, won't be forever. How long? Maybe only 20 years or so. I've got to see her before they take her to jail. I knew I could count on you. I have got 2 seats reserved on the next flight to Pine Valley. If we hurry, we can still catch it. All right. Just as soon as I call my dad. There's not enough time to call your dad. I have to let him know that I'm going. We can do it as soon as we get there. Do you want me to get in trouble again? I'm calling.
Yeah, forget about bluffing him, Hayley. Alec already knows everything that we got. We can't force you to stay away from Gloria.
You're right, can't.
But we were kind of hoping that you'd be decent enough to do it on your own.
Alex decent? Now, there's a contradiction in terms.
Excuse me, have any of you seen Jamal leave?
Yeah, we saw him when we got here.
Yeah, well, he was practically run down by Conan the moron over here on his way to the pet cancer.
Excuse me, I didn't even see the kid. He ran into me.
Well, have you seen him since?
No, I haven't. Tell you the truth, I've been too busy looking for a towel. Would you know anything about that? Or the water that's all over the locker room? Or the smell?
I can identify the smell.
Yeah, well, look, I'll look into it and I'll get you some towels. Usually my son takes care of the locker room. I guess we've had a little too much on our mind today, all right?
Well, you know, I understand you got problems, but, you know, I pay good money to use the facilities of this alleged health club. If it's too much responsibility for you
Wait a
and
minute,
staff...
wait, did you say responsible? Don't talk to this man about responsible, okay? Because he's got more responsibility in his little finger than you have in your whole family tree. This man is a good father, which is something you would know nothing about.
Hey, if he's such a good father, why can't he find his kids?
Jamal is lucky to have Tom. He's much better off with Tom.
Hayley, come on, we gotta go. Let's get out of here.
Hi.
Sure.
Hi. Ooh. I should not be too late, and if you get home first, why don't you put the kettle on?
I sure will.
Let's blow, okay? We've done what we're supposed to do. Come on.
Yeah, good night, Tom,
Good
Livia.
night.
If you see Jamal, tell him Hayley said it.
I'll do that.
Yeah, tell him hey from Charlie.
All right.
Yeah, fine. Always a pleasure to see you, too.
I'll get you your towels as soon as I walk my wife to the car.
Yeah, well, I'll be here. This isn't the first marriage of mine to crash and burn, but I do think it was one of my better efforts of being a good husband.
Wonderful husband.
I was wonderful, and you know it. Everybody I know took turns telling me how, well, what a jerk I was after the accident. Hayley, Stewart pointed out to me how unfair I was to you, how I was pushing you away. And I was horrible.
No, you weren't.
I was horrible. Horrible. And I was humiliated. And I took it out on you.
I'd have done the same thing.
Finally, I realized I managed to see myself for what I really was. And I changed. I really changed. I only wanted 2 things. I wanted to make you happy, and I wanted for us to spend the rest of our lives together. But I was particularly proud of suggesting that you go up to the ski lodge alone to rest. Not an easy thing to do, considering every impulse I had wanted to lock you up, like all the rest of my valuable possessions. But I didn't do it. I didn't. I transcended those old attitudes, and I was happy. I was happy that I had managed to put your feelings ahead of mine. Happy that I I had become a better person because of you. And then when I called up the ski lodge to tell you how happy I was and how much all this meant to me, you were in bed with Alec, weren't you? Weren't you? You see, the problem with all of that happiness and sensitivity is that I still couldn't provide what you needed most. I was impotent and you were in heat. You had this little itch. And you had to scratch it. Stop. You just had to scratch it. And I gave you the time and the place to do the scratching. well, what an accommodating fellow I am. And rich, too. No wonder you love me. You can say that you're through with Alec and that you love me. But what happens if I get ill or I'm injured again? What happens then? Whose bed are you going to jump into next time?
You won't take my word for anything. I won't try to change your mind.
You couldn't.
It'll take time.
Take all the time you want. Go to Bora Bora with your boyfriend if you like. Or wait patiently here in Pine Valley. Doesn't make any difference. You're not setting foot back inside this house as long as I'm alive.
I won't give up on you.
Well, you don't have to, because I'll do it for you. I'm filing for divorce right away.
Think you may want to take a look?
Don't worry, I'll be the new generous Adam Chandler, providing you with a generous cash settlement. You'll be well paid for the time you've invested.
I won't take a penny.
What do you go for? 300,000? $500,000? Well, you'll come to your senses. Alec will see to that.
I have a job.
You won't find life as satisfying on a nurse's salary.
I've lived on less. I can live on the streets if I have to.
Or walk them.
I will do anything it takes to win you back.
Here, come on, take some of this. Tide you over until you settle.
No, I have my paycheck. It's enough to tide me over till next week.
Well, I've seen as much of you as I can stand. Would you please expedite the packing of your bags before I shed my new generous self and kick you there about it?
If you miss me, please don't be too proud or too angry to call. I'll be waiting for you.
Sorry about the towel.
Oh, hey, listen, no. I'm the one that's sorry.
No, you're absolutely right about the service today.
Look, I got a big mouth with a hair trigger, and I apologize.
All right, I'll accept it.
Hey, you know, I met your wife before at the courthouse. I had no idea